Now, last thing that I'll get to here is, why does running DPA actually tremendously help our one campaign accounts? Now remember, our one campaign accounts don't necessarily have only one campaign in them. It is one campaign per business objective. If you have multiple business objectives, you could have multiple campaigns. So what's the business objective of DPA? Well, there's a couple of things. Maybe you're running it at $20 a day just so you can do market research and index your crowd on what is the psychological difference between somebody that views content and somebody that adds the cart. Maybe you're running it excluding everybody that's ever been to your site and seeing what products you have that are most interesting to get somebody's attention to want them to shop with you anyway. Effectively having a dynamic window display. That's phenomenal. Maybe you have a super high ticket, like $1,000 product or $5,000 product. Maybe you're running lead gen or training or furniture or some bespoke custom items. You might not have the budget to run Facebook conversion ads and leave the learning phase and sell those $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 products. But that doesn't mean that if you have ancillary vertically integrated product offerings, remember, if you missed the last week's video around LTV, please go check out the definitive guide to raising LTV because it's phenomenal and you should really look into it. There's also an ebook on the way for that too, so go check that out. If you have those, why not run DPA? I know a lot of brands that are running $1,000 products that sell a bunch of $20, $30, $50, $100 items and little bundles, accessories, right? Whether it's surfboards or fishing rods or bikes or furniture or a million other things. A lot of clothing brands and sneaker companies. You might not have the budget right now to realistically get out of the learning phase in your one campaign to those products. So maybe you're using Facebook more as a lead gen to a very effective email funnel. But that doesn't mean you have to give up on cash flow. If you were to use your DPA ads to sell lower ticket items to generate a positive cash flow, whether it's your brand or a client, you could probably pay for all of your overhead operational cost of running ads and profit from it while improving the LTV of your existing customers and acquiring new ones. And you're like, well, hey, that doesn't make any sense for my brand. Let me tell you why that's not necessarily true. I'll give you 2 examples. Number 1, I was running New Balance. Now, their sneakers are not sexy, especially if you're like 25. But a lot of people wanted to be fit. Our DPA ads would show socks and jogger pants. We would show t-shirts and exercise accessories. Now, it's a sneaker company, but it's a sneaker company built around a culture of health and fitness. Right? And primarily they were shifting between being the thing for old folks with nice things to runners and functional footwear. You might not be interested in that unsexy shoe that your grandma likes, but maybe we can start selling you on other things. And we can do so at a pretty nice profit. If you put all of your lower price items that have high profit margin into DPA ads, just retargeting individuals that are mildly interested in the brand or even prospecting to get market share, your business objective of that DPA could be customer acquisition and cash flow. I can't tell you how many people were struggling to sell $500 items and then ran DPA, and they got to a couple $1,000 a day between DABA and DPA, selling a whole bunch of $20, $30, $50, and $100 products to people all over the world, and then sold a bunch of those $500 things as upsells in email. That's a game changer. Struggling six-figure businesses that became eight-figure ones. Seven-figure businesses that had plateaued and Facebook ads didn't work are now on the way to nine-figure exits. Looking at it this way. Also, I hear from a lot of folks, well, I've got several products to make a profit on. I'm going to sell all of them. Well, we know objectively that's a bad idea. When we look at PSM, we know that some products just have a much better return than others do. And it also, why invest in multiple places to keep Facebook dumber in extra areas? That also makes landing page testing less effective and raises the cost of creative testing. There's a million reasons why you should not be running like 3 offers from your Facebook page. There are very, very, very few reasons that you should ever do that. I'm at $30,000, $50,000 a day in some accounts, and I have maybe a second product. This is neither time or place for that. Go look at Definitive Guide to PSM and, creating bundles and adding LTV, all the definitive guides that we have. Go research those and you will get all of this information. There's also a great Everything You Need to Know series and Disruptor School guidebook series to all of this stuff. The point here is, what if your flagship product does your hero product does a fantastic job of getting people into the store, but not everybody wants to buy it? DPA could close the loop on all of those other things. What's also great is now your ads and your one campaign aren't the only touch point for a user. Meaning the frequency of your touch points with those customers is higher. Now, I see a lot of people say, well, first time impression rate means everything, and they're dead wrong. I've yet to see a single argument that says first time impression rate creates incremental lift for a business. In practice, there's no logic or math to back that up. I have yet to see literally anything that supports it. So let's say instead of hammering people over the head with the 3 to 5 really great ads that you have, they see a few of them, and then other touch points are just your entire catalog. Now those 3 to 5 ads aren't trying to sell to get you revenue. They're the thing that gets somebody interested in your brand. And if they don't buy that product, then the DPA ads can close the deals on the products that person is most interested in. Maybe you're doing DPA in more of a DABA situation, where it's also doing prospecting for you. And when somebody shows an interest, now you can hit them with your broad ads in your single campaign to try to close the deal on your hero product, because those ads are also retargeting. And now you said, well, you were kind of interested in a few of these ancillary products, but have you seen our flagship one? Going back to another example, because I said I'd give you 2. Let's say it's an outdoor brand, right? There's a great one that comes to mind of a fly fishing rod company. And you might be in the market for a couple things, right? Maybe you're a fly fisher and you're checking out rods and you're checking out spools and you're checking all these things. We got a lure and you're like, hey, cool, this company also has lures. There's a few fun things in there. You click on the ad, you shop around, whatever. Now you've given us a signal you're in the market. And our top of funnel ads, our broad targeting ads, are retargeting you to upsell you from that low ticket item to the flagship one. And the conversion rate of that is going to be pretty good. And the estimated action rate of that ad is going to be pretty good, because you've already told us that you're interested. The beauty of this is there is a symbiotic relationship between how all of your campaigns function. A DPA ad might function very differently in your business model than your one campaign per business objective of your primary offer, where you're running DCTs that brought against the control environment. And if you strategize it properly, they can be force multipliers to each other. And that is what your primary effort should be. That is how you use DPA. That is how you scale a brand. That is how you have scalable, stable results for projectable, growing cash flow and customer acquisition. And if your goals aren't ultimately to produce that, they're not aligned with success. YouTube thinks you might like a couple of these videos. Don't be shy. Go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you.